Okay, so what is good, traders? It's good to see you all again. Right, so as you can see by the title, we are going over BlueberryFunded once again because I have seen a Prime Challenge and the Instant Funded on BlueberryFunded, right? So I have got myself a challenge account with these guys, which I will be documenting my trading with you guys on this video. And yeah, so let's see how Blueberry markets are, and yeah, let's see what the spread are like, what their customer service is like, and yeah, let's just have a little deep dive into what BlueberryFunded have to offer. So I'm just going to jump on the computer here and just show you what they have to offer and what I'm actually interested in. So as you can see on the screen here, right, so I'm not too interested in one step or two step here. I'm looking at the Prime two step here, right? So 25k account, right, that covers you at $99. So you pay $99 for a two-step Prime challenge account, right? So what you need to be doing here is passing phase 1 is 8% and passing phase 2 is 6%, right? So 14% overall, which is all good for me. Max drawdown of 10%, a daily drawdown of 4%. Consistency, no consistency. So, you know, if you struggle with consistency, especially payout wise, everything like that, this is the one for you. Minimum days is 3 or 5 days, so you can pay extra, or 40. I believe it is 40% you have to pay extra for the 3 days. So that's completely up to you. Max risk per trade is none, and a profit split of 80%. Now, what I really like about this as well, it shows you this little average payout just underneath here, right? So yeah, cool little feature that BlueberryFunded actually offer here. So 25k account, guys, $99. That is cheap. Very, very cheap in this space right now. So let's go up to the 100k. That is coming out at $390. Of course, the same rules, everything like that apply to this. So let's go up a max of 200k, which they offer on this two-step. And that comes in at $700, guys. $700. That is absolutely insane. Look at this. Average payout of $6,442 on this one. Let's see what the average payouts for these. 10k, $500. 2.5, 164. So the 2.5 you can only get on the Prime 2-step. But that is coming in at $18. You can get started with a funded account challenge for $18 with BlueberryFunded. That is absolutely insane. So we all know I'm keen on the instant funded here on this channel. So yeah, let's just have a little look into this. Okay, so a instant account is going to set you back $400 for the instant elite, and the instant light, so the entry level, is $145, right? So let's just have a little bit of a one-on-one with instant elite and instant light and compare them against each other, right? So instant elite, 10% max drawdown, daily drawdown none, profit target none, of course, instant, and a consistency of none. Guys, consistency of none for $400. There's not many firms out here that offer no consistency on instant funding. So that is very, very interesting that BlueberryFunded have done that. I'll definitely be looking into this instant elite. Definitely. Right, instant light. Let's have a look at this. The difference between these, max drawdown on the elite is 10%. Max drawdown on the light, 4%. So 6% difference, right? So yeah, what I would do on these instant light ones, if you're going to go for the instant light, you know, you haven't got the $400 to put down on, or just, you know, don't want to put that money into one account, right? You could spread it across a few instant lights, right? Put in 3 instant lights, and then you've pretty much got the instant elite there and 12% max drawdown, right? So if anything, I'd be going for that instant light, especially to open up the accounts. Right, so as you can see, a daily drawdown of 2%, which on the elite, you don't have any daily drawdown. So completely up to you. You can obviously have a smaller, you know, risk. It all depends on how you trade and what your strategy allows for. Profit target, obviously none, instant. Consistency, again, on this one, which I am shocked by, is none. BlueberryFunded, no consistency on the light instant accounts, right? You can get $10,000 instantly, $145. $145. So the max risk per trade, 1.5%. Minimum days is 5 days and a profit split of 80%. If we just look down here, average payouts $411 on the light, and the average payout is $389 on the elite. For me, guys, this is an absolute no-brainer, right? For me, Get an instant light, jump into the trade and get some money out of these instant lights, right? So I know you got a minimum trading days. It's not an issue, right? 0.5% win. There is 5 of those days of 0.5% for you to be able to get a payout, right? Let's jump up to see what the 100K account shows, right? So the only one you can get is instant light. You can't do the instant elite with 100K. But $100,000 is $850 that's setting you back, guys. $850 you pay for a 100K account. It just seems too good to be true. For me, right? That's absolutely insane. If you want to start small, pay $42.50 for a 1,250 account. Even the 5K, $95, bump it up to 10, $145. If this was me, I'd be going in at a 50K. You know, because you can make some decent payouts off of 50K. You know, risk 0.5% here. You know, you've got 8% drawdown in that case. Risk 0.5%. And then overall, you've got 8 trades. You've got 8 trades until you hit your max drawdown. That is a very, very interesting aspect. And I'm going to be getting one of these. But follow on to this video. I'm going to be trading on the BlueberryFunded challenge account that I have set up on my phone. So stay tuned to that. I'll be making sure I go over to a chart and just showing you my entries, explaining my entry and what I'm getting in. And then I'll be managing throughout the trades. So stay tuned for that. Okay, guys, so we are now onto TradingView and onto the charts. We are looking at pound dollar on the 15-minute. I see a little bit of a setup here. We've had a big news candle as we can go on to the 1 hour here. As you can see, we've had a few big sell-offs. This candle here and this candle here. All right, we've just seen a massive fall off in price here. So I'm just going to try and catch a little bit of that. Have a little bit of retracement to then go back down to these lows here, right? So what I do, jump down to the 15-minute. I put a fib on the high of these candles to my low. And then as you can see right in this area, if we zoom in a little bit here, we have that 50% just sitting on this area here. So I've gone for a naked level here as my entry point. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm looking for just sort of a retracement up and down, right? So on these big news sort of candles, we do usually see quite a big retracement up. So for me, a 50% is quite a big retracement in a move for it to then sell back off to then go back to that downside. So then I'm just going to look to just target this low inside here. Nothing major. That's a 1.88R trade. So yeah, I'm going to take it on the BlueberryFunded challenge. And yeah, I'll keep you updated with how we get on with that. And yeah, win or loss, I'll keep you guys updated.